folks, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome into Deltaforce's PC Open Beta Reveal. This is going to be our Warfare Deep Dive. I'm going to be your host today. My name is Goj, and I am so excited to be back. I've had a chance to do all of these Deltaforce broadcasts. Today, folks, we get to learn together. It's going to be amazing. We've got game designers, we've got content creators, we've got a lot to talk about with everything leading up to the Open Beta launch. You're going to love this one, so stay tuned. We got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, I want to make sure you follow Deltaforce on all major socials. We've got every social media you can possibly think of. We got a new subreddit out there. We've got a ton going on. Fandom for you to even learn more about the game. So many social media platforms to go follow, so make sure you go do that. A lot of info out there on all the socials about things coming up down the line, and maybe even things to help you get better at the game. So make sure you go check that out. But the thing you're here for, you've already seen this. You already heard the release date of the Open Beta for PC is right around the corner, folks. PC Global Open Beta is on December 5th of this year. Unbelievable. So excited about it. And I get the chance to tell you as well, this is going to be at midnight GMT 0. Okay, so that's our London time, our British time over there at the Greenwich Mean Time. And that's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time on the 4th for those of you that are in the US. Okay, so December 5th at midnight. It is right around the corner. So excited about our open beta and get a chance to talk about all of the amazing features, new content, and things coming down the line. Game designers are going to give you a lot of insight on what we're going to be seeing. Now, before we get too far into this, I get to reward you all, okay? I do this every broadcast. I get a chance to hang out with you guys in chat and reward you just for being here. So let's take a look at all of our giveaways today just for being in the stream. Here are the giveaways that are going to be happening throughout this broadcast, all right? Do you like Amazon? You want some gift cards? You want to maybe buy some new peripherals leading up to the open beta launch? Guess what? You got a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. We also have got one of the Razer keyboards, really nice keyboard, the Razer Black Widow V4, up for grabs as well later in the broadcast. And then our amazing friends at Deltaforce are giving away real life Mandel bricks that you could put in your house as well, I guess, if you get a chance to win one of those at the end of the broadcast. So make sure you stay tuned throughout the broadcast. It's really simple to enter. I will continue to tell you how to do that throughout the broadcast today. All you have to do is be an active chatter when I tell you to, okay? You can type in hearts, you can type in W's, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you when those are active, and you'll have about a 3-minute window just to type in chat. We are pulling winners from the Twitch chat. So we're live all over the place, live YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and our official Twitch channel. Make sure during the giveaway portion, at the very least, if you want to be entered, you want to be live in the Twitch channel, all right? Okay, that's all of my info for now. Let's bring in all of our good friends that are going to be joining us, and I want to introduce all of them. First and foremost, Kai and Percy, game designers here with Deltaforce. Kai, Percy, how are you feeling today?
Pretty good. Great. Yeah.
Good. Well, we are really glad to have you and really glad to have you with Westy and Stod. Let's start with you, Stod. It is great to have you back in the broadcast here with Deltaforce, and I know you're excited about this one.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've already got 100 hours plus in the game, and I just can't wait for it to see the full release.
Yeah, Westy, I had a chance to meet both of you guys in person not too long ago, and we were talking about all things Deltaforce, and specifically, we just played a full week at Steam Next Fest as well. How you feeling, and are you excited about Deltaforce?
Super excited for Deltaforce, but maybe Stod's just outdone me by like 30 minutes on playtime, so I'm going to say 99 hours, 30 minutes, but yeah, insanely looking forward to launch.
I love it. Well, let's jump straight into it, folks. This is the way this is going to work today. We're going to be talking with Kai and Percy, talk through new content, things happening down the line with the open beta. So Kai, Percy, let's jump straight into it, and let's really talk at first about this Warfare game mode. This is the Warfare deep dive at the very beginning here. There might be some people in chat that maybe haven't even played the game. So talk to me a little bit about the storyline of Warfare and just Deltaforce in general.
So the background is set in 2035. So player can play either as a GTI Global Peacekeeping Force or their opponent, like our Corp. It's a tech giant trying to take all over the world. So basically, there's good guys, there's bad guys. They are taking conflicts with each other, and they fight all over the world. So that's it.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, our warfare gameplay consists of several game modes: attack and defend, king of the hill, bleed, and siege. So from above, attack and defend and the king of the hill are the two primary modes. So I think we have a video for this.
Cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our very first video talking about warfare.
Operators, get ready. This battle ain't gonna be easy. In warfare, you will enter a war-torn battlefield, playing as attackers or defenders. Cooperate with squad mates and utilize land, sea, and air vehicles as you fight for strategic objectives across the map. In a game of attack and defend, a total of 64 operators will enter the battlefield, divided into attacking and defending factions. As the attackers, you need to break through enemy defenses and capture all strategic objectives to successfully secure the sector. Capture all enemy sectors to secure victory. As the defenders, you need to repel enemy attacks, hold your sectors, and defend strategic objectives. If the enemy's attacking forces are exhausted and they haven't captured all sectors, you get the win.
Well, there you have it, a breakdown of how warfare works. I love it. Would love to hear Westy. Stott, I know you've played a lot of warfare as well. Talk to me a little bit about what you think about it.
I mean, I absolutely love the attack and defend modes, especially on like the bigger map, you know, where it's like you've got the different sectors and you're fighting your way through. Especially with like the sniper rifles overwatching the giant areas. It's mainly good for sniping, so I absolutely love that mode. But I've played like hundreds of hours of a similar game mode in other games, so I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. It's cool to get stuck into such like a large scale game mode like that and seeing everybody else around you all doing their thing, all pushing towards the same objective, but maybe just doing it in completely different ways. Like you're running along with an SMG and then there's just a tank barreling along next to you. It's a really, you feel like you're part of a much bigger battle, which is kind of why I love those game modes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
No. I love that you said that too, because I'm the exact same way. Like, I love these types of game modes. It's so much chaos. And kind of speaking of chaos, Kai, Percy, I want to throw to you guys and talk to me a little bit about the King of the Hill mode, because we had a chance to play that actually during the Steam Next Fest. I really enjoyed King of the Hill. A lot of chaos there as well. Talk to me about what that mode means for maybe people that didn't get a chance to play it.
Yeah, sure. So basically, King of the Hill, which I think better captures the idea of warfare. So in this mode, the entire map is playable. That's the big difference between attack and defend. So it's divided into multiple sectors for both sides. Kills and captures will both influence the points that you earn, and the victory goes to the side that first reaches the target score. Yeah. So there's a lot of more vehicles in this mode. We put it in, and it will feel like a huge playground. Yeah, that's what we call it. And the PC version supports up to 64 players, while the mobile supports 48. Yeah, that's basically the situation of King of the Hills. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
nice.
I played a lot of that mode as well. I find it much more chaotic, and as I said, a little bit less infantry focused, much more vehicle focused. For the vehicle players, that's definitely the mode that everyone's going to be jumping on.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that one completely. I mean, the attack and defend is like, that's my bread and butter. But if you're looking for something that's like almost a singular focus, you know, everyone is simply fighting for one key thing, you know, that's the mode you should play.
Yeah, beautiful. I had a chance to play it a couple times too. I love vehicle gameplay, so I love talking about it. I did have one quick question, Kai and Percy, on the vehicle gameplay in particular. I think we've talked a lot about vehicles. There's a lot of questions about vehicles out there. Is there any way that those vehicles like can be upgraded by paying for them, or like increasing probability of winning by paying anything, or is that something that you guys don't include?
Okay, well, that's a very interesting question. So, most importantly, we are a free-to-play game with absolutely no pay-to-win elements. So we promise not to sell any content that affects the game's fairness, and we will most focus primarily on the cosmetic items. That's basically everything that you're gonna pay for it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's like music to my ears, pretty much. So that's a great answer. Love to hear it.
And you've said it now, you know. There it is.
Yeah, my favorite part, I've had a chance to talk to Kai and Percy and the whole dev team. My favorite part about the dev team is they are so upfront about this topic. They want to make sure everybody knows there is going to be no pay to win that can affect the gameplay of the game, which is a super cool, value add to a game like this. So I appreciate you saying that. Want to keep moving here and talk about, we mentioned maps, and I'm seeing a lot of questions about maps in the chat as well. Let's go ahead and move into a maps conversation, because I've got a little bit of a sneak peek. There's a lot coming down the line with Warfare maps in particular. Talk to me about what we can expect.
The Warfare mode will have 5 maps at launch. Each of them is designed with their own distinct style. So let's check out a quick video introducing the maps. So the first map is Cracked. It's a remake map from the classic Deltaforce.
Yeah.
This has got to be one of my favorite maps. I had a chance to play that a lot, but this one is a lot of fun as well.
Oh, this one's my favorite for sure.
And just looking up at the mountain
Big open ground, sniping everyone from up on the mountain. Yeah, this was sick.
Yeah, I love the verticality as well. You go from like being on the beach and then suddenly you're up in the mountains. Pretty cool.
It's like 3 maps in one, honestly. Ooh.
Oh, this is interesting.
This looks kind of like the extraction stuff as well.
Yeah, Kai, Percy, talk to me a little bit about Threshold and the other maps here.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so Threshold introduces modern urban warfare. This is our first test on like how to make the modern warfare battleground, and I think we will try that in the future maps. Yeah.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we've got several maps we can talk about. Let's start though. I think looking at Cracked in particular, this is a big one. I know we've all played a lot of Cracked gameplay. So talk to me about what we should expect with Cracked going forward.
Yeah, sure. So by the way, I'm the designer responsible for Crack, and Percy is responsible for Ascension. Yeah. That's the 2 initial maps for Warfare.
Great job.
Yeah,
So,
both maps are really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Cracked is our very first Warfare map. When we first looked into the old Deltaforce player community, we discovered that Cracked was a hot topic among players. So we even organized eternal multiplayer matches of the old Deltaforce Black Hawk Down game among the team, inside our team. And, setting up the multiplayer for a game that 20 years ago is not an easy thing. It's not easy. Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyway, we did it. And so after several rounds of play, I think we hold the play for nearly a week. Yeah. So after a week's play, we found that Cracked is the map that offers the most fun experience, and it's changing, it's dynamic, and it was also the most polished map from the original game. I mean, this is a comparison. Like other maps in 20 years ago, it's quite simple. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And the Cracked with this town inside is pretty polished compared with other maps. So that's how we decided to make Crack to our very first Warfare map.
That's...
Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I did. I mean, super cool, by the way. I think there's so much design and so much thought that goes into creating a new map. But I've got to think it's got to be even harder to retrofit an old map into a new game with new mechanics. Like, did you find that super difficult to kind of work through that process?
It is. It's super difficult. I mean, I think we have a video for this one, right?
Yeah, we do. Let's go ahead and roll that video and take a look at some of the things you worked on.
Yeah. I'll show the video while I'm talking, and probably sometimes I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause here. So
Okay.
yeah, so after we decided to make Crack as our first map, then it comes to the process of remaking it, right? So as I said, it's a game from over 20 years ago, and the level design back then was limited by the hardware and the game development process, especially compared to the nowadays FPS games levels. So there are so many issues with it. So a one-to-one remake was not an option for us.
Okay.
So we sorry, I forgot to play. So after multiple discussions with our art team, we decide to keep the overall layout, as you can see here, the overall layout for the of the whole town of the five main areas in the town. So the building in the top left.
Yeah.
Sorry, the camera is not there right now. Anyway, yeah, the building is the top left, and the warehouse and the bottom right corner will stay as they are. But we adjusted the other two areas based on the gameplay needs. Yeah, for now you are seeing this warehouse, and this is the main street. We didn't change it at all. It's
Yeah.
all from the old crack.
I
Yeah.
love this kind of like
So-
urban warfare setting. It's really really cool. Like the dense buildings in certain areas. Like you got different heights of buildings as well. So you know different areas for cover. Slightly more open areas here, like the football field and stuff like that. You know, you've got like a really nice mix of different like play spaces. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So, let me play. Okay. Yeah. So, other than that, we expanded the map to include a desert environment around the town. So this gives us both Attack and Defend and King of the Hill the extra map space that they need while keeping the original style. Yeah. This is basically how we remaking this map.
So
It's
originally,
hard, but we
originally
did
was
it.
everything just cubes, basically. Like it was kind of the buildings were just like big cubes, and now you've had to like add the detail on top of that and the cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just cube. Basically, it's cube. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all just cubes, and you've had to add all the detail. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can certainly imagine there's a lot more detail than potentially 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. In level design, we call it. It's more like a gray box. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically gray box.
Mm.
Yeah.
Even just
the funny
watching you
thing
guys
is that
moving this stuff around is really really cool. Like and the fact that you know these changes like just like little elements like this, like choosing a specific point to put that block can like change how like an area of the map is going to flow quite a lot, I would guess, because you know there might be a sight line there that you guys have worked on because you see like the flow of you know players moving through a certain area, and if you move that block, it might change that
It
sight
moves
line
the
just
cover.
ever so slightly, and it
Yeah.
would change completely how that area is going to play.
Yeah. Totally. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how game design works. That's how
Yeah.
level design works. Yeah.
I think a lot of people think it's like, oh, you just stick things in certain places. I could do that in a day, you know. But I think it takes a lot more nuance
Yeah.
to kind of be like, okay, this is how we're gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some of like
yeah.
some of the best FPS maps in history, like they're not. I don't think they're designed by accident. There may be a couple that are designed by accident, but you know, I think a lot of them have a lot more work put in than people realize.
Yeah.
Yeah. That will be another interesting topic. Talk about game designs and the level designs. Yeah.
Like, how long do you think an area like this one block, would take to go from start to finish? Do you think, roughly?
Well, it's a very complicated process because it doesn't. It's not only our level designers do the layout,
Yeah.
the level design. It's also the artists, the level artists. They polish the environment. So
And they have to get the assets,
normally,
right?
yeah, exactly. So normally for this area, I mean this whole block,
Yeah.
it will take probably half month or
Yeah.
1 month.
Half to one, and this is what I try to explain to people about level design. People go, "Oh, you could make a map in a week," but it takes so long to get all the teams aligned, right? You know, to get the assets and the flow and the original design and the concept and then putting it all together is just masses of work.
And then, of course, like on top of that, I'm guessing you guys, you're going to go through iterations of maps like this, right? You're going to make changes. You're going to be like, right, let's play test it. Let's see if it works.
Oh,
and you're
of course,
probably
yeah.
going to get positive and negative feedback on those play tests and be like, okay, this
Bugs.
change didn't work. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, this was really unintended and we didn't realize this was
I
going to
got
happen.
stuck on this small rock, and now we have to do this whole area again.
Yeah, we must redo the entire area. Like all those little nuances, right? It's going to be crazy, all that work that goes into it.
Exactly. So true, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for Cracked.
Yeah.
And
That's a cool looking map.
yeah.
Yeah, this
So,
is.
I think
I
we're
really
gonna.
appreciate y'all walking through that. I love the conversation back and forth, looking at Cracked. It's so cool to kind of retrofit an old map into new and make it playable. So a great breakdown there. I think next I want to talk about Ascension, but before we get to Ascension, can we talk about the brand new map, which I think our new name is Trench Lines? I would love to talk about Trench Lines' new map. I know people are excited about this one. Let's take a look at the video, and then you guys can kind of talk to me about this map and the story of it.
Oh,
Okay.
sick.
This looks so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I've seen this. I didn't think I saw this before. What the heck?
I saw one picture on social media when you guys like revealed the name of the map, and like, but it obviously doesn't give you the sense of scale. And wow, this looks really cool.
Destruction?
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll-
no, you just taking out the people on top.
Don't worry.
I saw some.
Don't worry, we'll get there in a little bit. Very cool map preview. Kai, Percy, talk to me about our new map, Trench Lines, and what we can expect behind it. Maybe like the story or idea behind this map.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of story behind it. So we started by thinking what the war might look like in 2035. I mean, our storyline is based on 2035, right? So we're gonna do that. So previously, we probably imagined that future conflicts will be dominated by precision guided missiles and satellite weapon. I mean, like capable for wiping out most forces before ground combat even begin, right?
Yeah.
But however, from observing all the conflicts these years, it's possible that our technology might not actually reach that level anytime soon. In fact, warfare seems to be reverting back to the old times. People are digging trenches and build permanent fortifications again, right? So that's very interesting. And with this in mind, our team focused on another classic Deltaforce map called Trench Lines. Yes, so the name Trench Lines is directly from the old games. So we played it and found that the trench concept offers fantastic gameplay, and this inspired us to recreate Trench Lines for our new Deltaforce.
Awesome.
Just like what we did with Cracked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's basically how Trench Lines comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like I've just brought up on social media because you guys tweeted some pictures of it, so I'm just having another look again. It looks like two worlds clashing together. You got old and new, like with the wind farm, and then suddenly what just looked like World War I trenches like crushed through the middle of it, and then like burning tanks, like shells of tanks and artillery. Like it's honestly just a clash of like two completely different settings for war coming together. It looks really interesting.
I think it's really cool that you basically played the old maps and found which ones worked, and then basically remastered them essentially for the new game as well. Because then you've already got something to go off, but you just basically improved it for a modern game.
Yeah, like Goj was saying earlier, you've got all those different mechanics that are coming in with a new game, but you want to incorporate the old map as well. I think that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, after all, you're Deltaforce, and you wanted to bring the IP back, right? So yeah,
absolutely.
I love it. Well, we've got another map to talk about. This is another fan favorite, and it's time for Percy to break down Ascension. This is your map, Percy. Talk to me a little bit about Ascension and what we can expect from it. I know we've got another video here, so talk to me about your baby.
For some of you may have already played this map. It's a larger map So the map represents our early efforts to put ambitious gameplay design and technical boundaries. So this is our first attempt at combining air, land, and sea vehicles on one map. That's
Awesome.
to say, it needs a wide range of buildings and landscape design to provide a variety of gameplay. So you may notice a big change in elevation from the previous video. So from the beach to the tower, we have a very big elevation. We got the idea from the Iceland's landscape, actually. So that's why I named the map Ascension. So after attackers push sector B, they will go all the way up to the mountain through some zip lines. So I have to say, the view is stunning.
Yep.
It's a real challenge to design and produce this.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I've played this. I played this map the most, I think, and as I said, it's like 3 maps in one because you've got this. You could basically split this up into 3 smaller maps, and the fact that it still like runs quite well performance wise is pretty incredible. Like it's strange how like crazy it goes, but yeah, I just thought it was really interesting to have these like 3 really different elements of the cave and the hill and then the beach as well.
yeah, that's the idea. I think the essence of the attack and defend mode is to changing players' experience through sector to sector.
Yeah.
Right. So the map is so quite open. That's the way why we think about it, and we have to figure out how to handle this long sidelines and without overloading the system, the performance, like maintaining the art quality to those large structures, and
Yeah.
fine tune the lighting and rendering for the underground and the interior areas and the cave areas. So that's where we're here. And we work extremely hard to overcome these challenges. And in my opinion, I think it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, like Stod was saying, like 3 maps in one, but like even just the elevation here, like we're looking at this bit of footage as we come through in the caves and stuff like that. Like it's kind of a bit strange to see, like you've got all this cave setting, and actually it's so far away from like the beach area that you guys created and like the staging area with the warehouses at the beginning of the map. And then the fact that you've got all of this going on that on the same map, but at a completely different like ground level is really, really cool. I think this is like, honestly, and I can see why Stod likes this one because of the sight lines and the sniping. So.
Oh, yeah, well, it's 900 meters, I think, between
900
the beach
meters
and the hill or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can set some records on this map with some of the sniping distances.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful map. I gotta say, Percy, I think the art department crushed that map. I mean, beautiful map with the crazy views. So very well done with that one. Well, let's keep rolling through. We've got a lot to talk about still, and I don't want to run out of time here. We got to go to vehicles, folks. Okay, we have talked a lot about warfare, and there's a lot that goes into warfare. The maps are a huge part of that, but also, like you mentioned, vehicles have to fit inside the maps and feel seamless. So, Kai, Percy, talk to me a little bit about vehicle gameplay and some of the things that we can look forward to, and what to expect just from vehicles in general.
Yeah, sure. So in warfare, vehicles provides powerful firepower, protection, and mobility compared to infantry, right? So making them crucial for pushing the front line and providing fire support is our goal. And currently, we got there's a lot of names for those vehicles. It's hard to pronounce. We got M1A4 battle tanks, LAV IFV, LAV anti-aircraft, wheel tank destroyer, assault vehicles, all-terrain vehicles, LSOV, assault helicopters. That's a lot of names. And Recon helicopters and assault boat. Yeah, that's it for now. And so
Yeah.
for sure, we will add more vehicles and gameplay options in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have a video for this one.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the vehicles that you named and that the game has to offer. Yeah, let's take a look at it. I mean, Westy Stan, obviously, I know a lot of people think about the assault helicopter and what it can do on the map as well.
I mean, yeah, go on, Westy.
I was just gonna say, like this kind of viewpoint here, like with the large map and the chopper. This is where some skill pilots are gonna absolutely dominate with that chopper.
I've certainly been dominated by that chopper.
Yeah, I was about to say it won't be me dominating, but you know somebody will.
I just saw another part of that new map as well with the tank there.
Yep, we're getting some good looks here.
I mean,
this will be a vehicle for me, the ATV.
Yeah,
this will be my vehicle. You know,
well, this is what I was saying. I'm not usually a vehicle player, but one thing I will say is it doesn't feel like the vehicles are massively overpowered, and that's very important as well. So I don't feel like I'm getting completely wiped out by vehicles, and they seem to be in check, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you have talked about the most important part, how we designing the vehicles. So we hope that players can play the vehicles more and more, but each vehicles cannot be that strong that, as you can see, can wipe out all the infantries. They cannot do that. Yeah, that's the essential design theory.
So easy to play, hard to master, but also limited because they need to be supported by other things.
I guess there's got to be some player agency there to combat the vehicles as well. Like I know you guys have got weaponry in the game for like infantry players to be able to interplay with the vehicles and keep them in check, and so they're not, like you say, you can't have them being too powerful, but they got to be powerful enough to be enjoyable for the people that want to get in those vehicles,
and make a difference. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's right. And also, it's always a hard thing to balance the infantry and the vehicles. It's always a hard thing, but we are trying on that.
Yeah.
Well, and I gotta add too, I mean, crazy part about balance, you also have vehicle customization options. I'm not talking just skins. I'm talking you can quite literally pick what weapons are on your vehicle. So, quickly talk to me a little bit about the options you have with some of these vehicles if people haven't experienced that.
Yeah, sure. So our vehicles comes equipped with nearly 40 weapons. I think we call it weapon station, right?
Right.
Weapon station. Yeah, so including cannons, machine guns, missiles, and grenades, so on and so on. So you can also customize your vehicle's loadout to suit your combat style. So whether you are looking for anti-vehicle specialization or devastating anti-infantry firepower. So it's all your choice. You can make your own vehicle. Yeah, you can customize it. Yeah.
Looking forward to
that. That's wild. Like that's the one thing that I love is that you can, even if you have a party of people that they can all build their vehicles differently, you can kind of build vehicle compositions where one vehicle, like one player on your team's using their vehicles for anti-infantry, one player on your team's using their vehicle for anti-other vehicles. I mean, just a beautiful composition, and the fact that you all have to balance all of that nonstop is impressive to say the least. So I tip my hat to you for sure on that one.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and speaking of balancing, we've got a lot more to talk about. In particular, let's talk about the field support options here, because there's a lot of these as well, and these can totally change the game. These are some of those field supports you get rewarded by doing well in the game. So talk to me a little bit about field supports and what we can expect from those.
Yeah, it's my favorite system, field support. So it's the game changer, right?
Yeah.
It allows individual players to change the course of battle. So rewarding those who perform well and contribute to the team during a match is really a big reward for those who the skilled players.
Yeah.
So it's also an opportunity and a means to make a true difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we have 5 kind of field support. Do we have a video here?
Yeah, I think we do. Let's roll the video on the field support, because there's a lot to talk through, and you can kind of break it down for us.
True.
Oh, okay. Now I know what we're talking about. The missile. Yeah. This is where all the epic clips are on social media.
You've either fired one of these off, or you've been destroyed by one.
Yeah. I think I got 15 once, but I saw someone get like 25, and so I felt bad. I think
I mean,
someone got
that-
25.
One of my favorites, actually. I think you guys have a smoke barrage. That's one of my favorites. And I was playing on the cracked map during the Steam Next Fest, and we were stuck for a little while, like at this first forward operating base, trying to get out of that first area in attack and defend. And we were just like, right, okay, someone's built up enough points, and somebody called in the smoke barrage, and it was just a game changer because it was like, okay, finally the attacking team can't see us for 30 seconds. We're going to have to try and flank. And one squad makes it round, and you push the front line forward a little bit more. And it was properly game changing because without that smoke barrage, we wouldn't have been able to make a push.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that breakdown. I mean, Percy, talk to me about a couple of these. Obviously, I think the guided missile is the one that everybody remembers and will remember for everywhere, every time it comes in because it's so destructive. But even the vehicle airdrop is one that can totally change the game, where you don't have to wait on the vehicle respawn points, right? So very cool stuff that totally changed the game if you're able to get them, Percy.
Yeah, so for the vehicle drop, so you can consume some points to call in additional vehicle to join your force. Other than calling them through the deployed stage, so you can call powerful tank or anti-aircraft vehicle. Maybe we'll add more aerial vehicle on it, right?
Totally.
Yeah, so it provides players who are skilled in vehicles with a way that influencing the course of battle.
Yeah.
And for the sorry to interrupt.
No, go.
So the idea is this whole fuel support system is kind of like economic, like earning points, like earning money, and then spend them in all kinds of ways.
It's a game loop.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
game loop. It connect all the players, especially those skilled players. They can call guided missile, and then you can call one.
Yeah.
And we have this kind of
Cooperation.
Yeah, that's right. That's the idea.
Yeah,
Are the points- yeah,
you've got a good team play system there.
So are the points per player or are they per squad? I couldn't work that out. Does the squad get per player? Okay, yeah. So what I was doing is I was seeing how long I have left in the round and then deciding, well, I'm not going to be able to afford a cruise missile, so I guess I'll just settle for the artillery instead. Because it's a bit cheaper. Or maybe I can get 2 artilleries off in the same time if I don't think I'm maybe going to get enough for that cruise missile. But I've never used the respawn device. What was it called? It was called the strategic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't used that yet, but I can see that. I didn't realize how strong that could be.
If you combined that with like a
super useful.
I was going to say, if you combined it with like a smoke barrage, somebody calls in a smoke barrage and you manage to make a flank and a push further up, and you drop one of those devices down and it turns into a spawn for your team to keep flooding out, you could get yourself into a completely different position.
Yeah, Percy, what's the difference between the strategic beacon and the regular beacons?
So unlike the regular beacons, the strategic beacons, it allows all the aligned force to deploy at the target location.
Oh, the
so
whole
this
team.
helps to
Right. Got you. So it's not just got it. Okay, that makes it much more powerful.
Yeah, that makes it even more.
Yeah, if you do get it in the right spot, you could just literally be like, right, everyone spawn on this now. Go.
Flood the
Go,
back,
yeah, go.
base.
Yeah, I got a very interesting story for this. So at the very beginning, for one of our playtests, I think it's 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I forgot. Anyway, so the person who responds for this whole field support system, he made a mistake. So he put the time for this strategic beacon to 2 minutes. So originally